Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, I was going to do a little unpacking of the groceries, which is sure to be a riveting subject for most of you. Here's another high of excitement with the kettle boiling. But I'll switch that off because I'm going to make tea a little bit later. Gosh, what an exciting life we live. So, we just got home. We've been out, we've been doing some site searching at the house that we're hoping to build for the lady with 4 children. This is the lady that has been suffering a great deal lately. She's been diagnosed schizophrenic and apparently been treated and is over that. I didn't think you could get over being schizophrenic, but we live and learn. Well, anyway, I thought I'll show you around our little kitchen just in case you haven't had that all-time high before and would like to see it. It's a galley kitchen. Let me get out of the pictures so that you can see. So this is it. It's a homemade job. I made the cabinets. James made up the doors for me. Fairly straightforward thing, the doors. They're just made of, let me see, they're just made of 3/4 block ply. So very simple, and then they're straightened up with, they're strengthened up with another piece of 1/8 or what they call 1/4 inch plywood, and then another small piece in the center, just as a decorative thing. But it's just a galley kitchen, nothing special about it. We do live pretty simple. You will be saying, well, aren't they granite tops? And yes, they are. And they were they were bought in at the local hardware store, and I think they were put on sale before the owner realized that they could sell for more, and we bought them very cheap. We bought, I think, 3 pieces. Not all the same. This one is a slight pink, but we've mixed it with the black and white and looks great, and we still have some bits left over. But as you can see, we have a little decoration on the wall. That was a little cabinet that I made up just to take some little ornaments, as we have we have little or no art around the place, which is strange because I earned my living for many years as an artist, but mainly as a sculptor and furniture designer and builder. As you can see, this is all what I did. I design and build furniture. This is our little daybed, and the kind of thing that you would expect someone who is fond of working in wood to make, and that's what I made. I think if you're a foreigner, I always tend to do the videos with the foreigner in mind, because it's foreigners that look at our videos, and while those who are already here say boring, the others find the simple way that we have portrayed life as it really is. We don't have the speed ups in the video. We don't have all the exciting bits that many of these other expat vloggers do, and they do it very well and wonderfully, and they are great at what they do. And this is what we do. Where somebody once said that our videos are raw, and yes, they are raw. We just say welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines, and this is us, and this is what we're doing. So actually what I'll do today is talk over this load of groceries that I got. So I got some groceries. Let's see, I'm going to sit down so that you can see, well, so that I can see. So that you can see me talking as well. But this is my beautifully packed Alturas parcel. As you can see, it's just no tape. They just put the string on it. And this, by the way, for those foreigners who are interested in and are ignorant of it, this is called straw. I went around asking for plastic string, never got anywhere. This is straw. And that's how they do their little parcels, and they do it so well and with a smile, and they really help. Now today I had a little embarrassment because I rushed out, got a nice big, as you'll see, I got a nice big carton of cornflakes and then forgot to get any milk, and they'd already cashed up, and this would be a problem, I know, if I was in foreigner land. They say, "Oh, I'm sorry sir, we've already cashed up." But I said to the woman, "I've gone and forgotten to get the milk. Can I go and get it?" So she said, "Yes, of course." And she lets me go through the gate. There's somebody else in line behind me, and they very patiently wait. And I scooted off to the appropriate bay, got the milk, two cartons of low-fat milk. That's been my way, is to have low-fat milk. And then I rushed back, went to the gate, allowed myself in, plonked the 2 cartons of milk down on the desk next to the cashier. And she looked at me very, very strangely, and then she looked at the customers that she was serving, which strangely enough were not the customers that I left behind. And just then the cashier that I should have returned to called me over, and very embarrassed. Everybody was laughing, which is just as well. And I went over and explained that I got lost. "I'm sorry, I got lost." Anyway, I spent, for this little parcel here, plus a dozen eggs, 6 of which I dropped in the living room when we got home, and I've just finished cleaning up. But apart from the eggs and a loaf of bread, which cost about 70 pesos, this is it, about 1,500 pesos. I'll leave you to do the math, because that's never been a strong point for me, and certainly not a pleasure. So let's have a look. Well, there's quite a few what I think of as luxury items. These are 85 pesos, plus another 73 pesos, okay? So, and then lots of bananas. I like bananas with my cornflakes. So, I'm going to tell you what the prices are. 83 pesos. Put them over there. And then, this is the part that everybody hates. I got lots of noodles, because this food now is not really our groceries. Our evening meal we always eat with Nanay. We eat with Nanay and Ate Vekvek, who helps Nanay, and the children. And that is, for the most part, that's Taliklik and Bibi and Lovely. And so that's it. That's me having dinner every evening with 7 women. There's a lot of estrogen around the place, I can tell you. But I'm sheltered in a way, because I haven't got a clue what is being said, and that is a shelter in a way. So I got about 10 of these, and let me see, 10 of these, how much are they? They're not very much. I think these are like about 15 pesos, okay? So very often Beth and I, when we come home, if we're working, when we're working very late, we might have a couple of packs of these with an egg into the pot, stir it up, and it's a meal. And today I actually got a can, just to try it out, I got a can of sweet corn. So let's see. I get loads of pork and beans, because I like the pork and beans. So I get those. Nobody else has pork and beans. I'm the only one. I'm also the only one who seems to eat honey, although it will disappear if I leave it over there, but I have the honey myself. Oranges are 37 pesos each. Work it out, 37 pesos each, and it's like 48 pesos for $1, a US dollar. So they're under $1 for an orange. I don't think an apple is the same by any means, but we'll get to that. Couple of onions, because I want those with my sandwiches, because I got cheese. Now sweet corn, I like to do sweet corn for myself. Sometimes I can persuade Beth to eat that with me, but she's a fussy eater. Oh boy, is she ever. If you can imagine, we went to Hong Kong and we roamed the city looking for a restaurant that would do rice. It's just not a big thing on the menu for it. When I was in China, I found out the same thing. Is that actually my mother used to say about the Chinese how, well, there's millions starving in China. Never found out whether that was true, of course, and never found out whether it was rice, because in Manchester they didn't have very much rice, you see, except in rice pudding. Now, I did get 2 cans of mushrooms, which can flavour up the things that the very modest things that I cook. So what else? Here's the cheese. The cheese to go. There we go. The cheese to go with the onions. Cheese and onions. Now, something that someone's going to write into Facebook if I put anything about this video on Facebook. Someone will write in and say, I don't know what you're talking about when you say you can't get tomatoes, but I don't seem to be able to get tomatoes that last more than the trip home, and then it seems like they've gone rotten. We got, this is what passes for coffee in the Philippines, although you can go to places like PP Coffee and you can have expensive coffee, and even Peeps is expensive coffee. You can also go to Vedasto, which in my opinion is the best restaurant in town. I don't care about any of the new ones, and it's not just a sense of loyalty because we've been going there all of our whole lives and been welcome and helped, and we feel loved. So sorry, Vedasto is the place for me. But this is what we have. We have maybe not even this brand. This is Copico Blanca, which is a little bit whiter than usual, but you buy it in these long strings like this. Now for me, for Beth, she has the entire pack in a cup of coffee. I have half of the pack, and then later I come back and I have the other half in a second cup. So there we are. How many have I got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Don't know how much that was. Now we also started to drink this drink, which is Energen, right? And it's supposed to be more filling, 33% more content. I don't know why that would be. This is chocolate flavour, which is a favourite with us. And once again, it's in these long things. Now I think that this is probably 30 pesos, so you know, maybe 75 cents, something like that, a pack. So that's that. We enjoy those in the evening. You know, when we've had dinner and we come back and we're working. That's the time after dinner when sometimes I might do a video, might do a meandering video, which of course bores the pants off everybody, or answering comments, which I really do try to do. If you write to me by way of a compliment, by way of a comment, and you write to me on Messenger, if you write hello, I'll usually give you a thumbs up, you know. But if you've made a point of telling me something about your life and sharing something with me, then I'll share with you. That's a promise, and I will write you a proper letter. As my mother used to say, are you going to do that properly? So, more of that drink, and more of the noodles, more of that, and the milk that got me into so much trouble. As I say, Magnolia low-fat milk. Now, I tended to keep this a little bit long, and it started to actually smell a bit, so I ended up throwing one away. But I like to have cornflakes at night. Sometimes I have a little bit of apple with them, or banana, or sometimes just cornflakes. And they're not the same as the cornflakes that we get in the UK or in the States. They're a different shape, and well, they just look differently. And if you come over here and you think that you're going to get anything that is whole wheat, you may be disappointed, although I'm sure that there are places that do it. I haven't found them yet. What I have found is I have found a loaf of bread which is a little bit brown, right? It's a loaf of colour. Isn't that the in way to describe things nowadays? Yes, it's a loaf of colour, and it's hardly whole wheat, but it's not white. And my recollections of what happens with the stuff that white bread is made of is that it's made of white flour. Now, when I was a kid, they didn't have fancy glues. You know, all of these glues that you can get now in a nice little neat bottle, and you just squeeze it out and it'll glue anything. It'll glue a man to a flat piece of plywood, and then they'll fly him around underneath a biplane. That's how strong the glues are now. But the one that I was thinking of was the one that they make out of white flour. And when you make that flour into that white glue, it will hold newspaper together and make paper mache, or papier. Is it papier mache? Paper mache, I thought. And when you make paper mache, it actually goes hard. So I'm thinking about that. You're putting that in your guts. Yeah, so I have a pass on that. Well, this is a nice big box. Oh, and it has all kinds of information about cornflakes. About, well, what is it? What does it got? Vitamin A, energy, vitamin B1, B2, vitamin BY, or B9 and B12, protein. It's got protein in it, zinc, vitamin C, and they still managed to make it taste good and keep out of the newspaper, which they're not doing too well with Nestle, are they? Finding out that they've got all kinds of stuff in Nestle, which we never really agreed should be put into a bar of chocolate. But anyway, that is the end of that. So we'll go down to dinner in a little while, and I'll put all of this stuff away it's not a huge amount, is it really? I mean, as I said, this is really, it's really only for the snacks, and perhaps during the day I might make up something with the eggs, fry something up. As I say, Beth is very choosy, so very often I'll make something and I'll end up eating it all myself. Well, I don't mind. So thanks for looking in, and as I said, what you can see here cost about 1,500 pesos. So work it out, 1,500 pesos plus what I paid for the loaf of bread, oh, plus the milk as well, because the milk went on to it too. So I usually work out that I can get out of the grocery store on 2,000 pesos, and that usually works. And the way that I work that is by not buying enough. Yeah, well, that's often the case, isn't it? So thanks for looking in.